So this is the Swift Conqueror 645. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. Jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake will demonstrate to you in person here on site. In the front locker you've got your gas bottle and gas bottle tie downs with your gas pipe work coming from the gas bottle to the top of the bottle. Spanner, your shower connection, jack for the caravan and the leg winder in there also. Going down the side of the caravan, you've got your Aldi heating and hot water flue. Very simply there to allow the heating system to breathe, a bit like the flue on the side of your house. On this particular van there's leg winder blocks, so as you can see it's got the post there, and the winders inside the caravan. I'll show you that once we go inside the van. Shower connection point, so you can have the shower connected to the outside of the caravan should you wish to. We've then got the water pump connections. If you're filling up the onboard water tank, you'll need to have this pump connected to this top connection here. And then if you're filling directly to taps via the hot water tank, excluding the onboard water storage tank, you can fill the water system via the bottom connection here. So to fill the onboard system, you just connect that pump to the top, and I'll show you how the rest of that works once we go inside the van. Battery locker, very simple, mains power lead coming in. And obviously the connection connects into the side of the van there. Then got the motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll demonstrate the motor mover to you while you're here on site, and we'll also torque the wheel nuts before you leave. Two grey waste pipes coming out the side of the caravan, where your waste water comes out from the grey water, which is the water from the sinks and the shower. Toilet flush tank, open this up and you've got 3.5 litres of water in here and a cap full of the pink fluid prior to use. In the bottom here, got the toilet waste cassette. Pull up the orange handle and pull the cassette towards you. The orange neck here turns out 90 degrees. The grey cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. Now on the back of the cassette you've got an orange pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and splunge back at you. In this cassette you'll need to put 1 litre of water and a cap full of the blue fluid prior to use. Back of the van, you've got your two wind down legs, as you can see. Motor, reversing camera and number plate fitted. Coming down the side of the van, you've then got your storage locker for underneath the bed at the rear of the caravan. Your two fridge vents, which are very simply there to allow the fridge system to breathe. So essentially it allows hot air at the back of the fridge system and takes in some cool air to keep the back of the fridge cool. You've then got your 3-pin socket, so you've got power out to your awning. Storage locker for underneath the front seating area with the motor mover engagement bar underneath the seat and also another leg winder. And then you've got your barbecue gas point also. Coming on to the inside of the van now. As you can hear, radio working away. Just going to turn that down for now. And also in this cupboard you'll see the Wi-Fi, aerial and the box has been connected. You've got your system shutdown, your master power switch here, which will isolate all the power inside the caravan. You've got your 12 volt fuses below that, which a bit hard to pop up, but you've got the 12 volt fuses there, and there's a list on the left hand side there indicating what each of those fuses is for. Radio, very simply power on and off just here, which I'm just going to do for a minute, just so we can talk through without there being sound in the background. Above that, you've got your 240 trip switches for the 240 volt power on board the caravan. Got reverse polarity for when you're in some European countries. Charger, which needs to be on at all times for the charging system to work. Heating and hot water main power switch also needs to be on at all times, so it allows the heating to run on mains power. And you've got a spare fuse at the bottom here, which doesn't need to be on, but we do say to just leave it on, so you know it is on in case there is anything wiring directly to it. So once you've got all your main power turned on inside the locker just there, you can come over to the control panel by the door, hit the power button, and the caravan will come on. At the moment it's just indicating to me I've got no water in the onboard water tank. However, the water system is full via the hot water system, which I'll show you in a moment. You've got your battery level on the left hand side here, and you've got your vehicle battery voltage on the right hand side. Up above here you've got some indicators letting you know that you've got mains power coming from the power post to the caravan, and if you had the car connected it'll let you know you've got the car connected to the caravan with an orange light just here. And also press view levels, and that'll bring up all the levels that are relevant at that particular time. So to fill the water system up on board the caravan, once you've got that control panel turned on, you can come underneath the seat on the front right hand side of the caravan, and you will see a couple of different valves. So you have two drain down valves. Now one is for the onboard water, the hot water tank, which is just there, and then one is for the onboard water storage tank, which is just in this cupboard. If you're ever not sure on which way to fill the system, there is a diagram just here inside the door, and when you are draining the water system down or running from the external supply, so the aqua on the outside of the caravan, the white valve there needs to be in the right hand position. If you want to fill the internal water tank, which is the onboard water storage tank here, you need to turn this valve into the position so it's pointing downwards, and that will allow you to fill the onboard water storage tank. Put it across to the right now. So with this valve to the right, you can fill the water system up direct to the taps. Like I said, if you want to fill the onboard water storage tank, you need to have that valve pointing down. To fill the onboard water storage tank with that pump connected on the top, on the outside, you're going to press fill tank, and that will allow that system to start filling up. It will cut off when it hits full. To run the water system as normal, just direct from the onboard water storage tank, that bleep is indicating that we've got no water in the onboard tank, which you don't have to do, and that bleeping sound will turn off after a few moments. Pull the water system up, open your taps up on the hot side of the system, as you can see, and turn your water pump on, and that will allow the water system to fill. So actually filling the system is no different to what it was in your old caravan. Water's already warming up there nicely. So with the water system full, let's say we've got water coming out of every tap, you can shut all the taps back off, and then you can start warming the water on board the caravan, which is where your Aldi control panel comes in. Power off and power on. Menu will take you into the options. Top here, you've got your room temperature, minus or plus, depending on how you want the heating to be set. Below that, you've got the hot water temperature, so the hot water's currently on, and you've got boost when this bar is completely full. Below that, you've got your option for the amount of power coming into the caravan from the caravan site you're on. So you've got off, and this is only to control the heating and hot water, 1, 2, or 3 kilowatts, depending on what site you're on. I'm only going to run it on 1 kilowatt here on site, because we haven't got enough power coming through the system to allow us to run it on the full 3 kilowatts. At the bottom here, you've got your on and your off the gas supply. So you hit on, the gas system will self-ignite on gas, and if it fails to ignite, it will come up with gas fail at the bottom of the screen with 2 exclamation marks. Have got a spanner symbol here, which takes you into the advanced settings. For these, we do advise you read the manual that comes with the caravan. Next up is the fridge system. Very, very simple to use. You've got power on the left hand side here. Mains power, which is obviously coming from the mains power supply. Gas, if the fridge ignites on gas, this will be a solid blue light. If it fails to ignite, it will flash blue, and you'll get a red warning light appear on this side. To restart the igniter, if it does fail, press and hold the warning triangle, and the igniter will continue to restart the ignition process. 12 volt mode, for when you are towing down the road, as you can see at the moment, it's going into a fail mode because there is no 12 volt supply connected to the front of the caravan. It will also make this bleeping noise if the door's left open for an extended period of time. To control the fridge temperature on mains or gas, you simply hit the thermometer button here on the right hand side. The button here is to control the freezer temperature. You hit the button and it will come up with the icons here, and then you can select the freezer temperature, and that will allow the freezer to kick in. Press it again and it will go back to be able to control the fridge mode. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliance, the same as the microwave. In this cupboard here, as you come in the door on the right hand side, you'll find your control for your aircon. Very simple to use, power on. You have to hold it quite close to the unit to get it to come on. So you press the button, screen will light up, and you can select your modes. Here, select the different modes that you need. And then on aircon mode, which is that one, sorry you can't quite see it there, I do apologise, it's an icicle mode. You can drop the temperature down to the setting you want it to be at, as you can see. So you can cool down the caravan, it goes down to 16 degrees on the aircon itself. Turn it back off, hit the power button, and it will turn the air conditioning unit back off. So that's very simple to use. Toilet system, I'm sure you're pretty familiar with the toilet system. However, it's going to take you into the van and show you how that operates. Take you into the back of the van and show you how that operates. Electric flush on the toilet just here. Red indicator light to let you know when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, and below the toilet you've got a grey waste handle which allows the waste into the toilet waste cassette at the side of the van. Radiator in the bathroom. If you've got little ones with you, please be aware that this does hold a lot of heat, so just make sure they're not grabbing hold of it if they're in the van, because obviously it could potentially burn. One thing I should say is when you need to remove the toilet waste cassette, this handle does need to be in the central position to allow you to remove that toilet waste cassette. So that is a Swift Conqueror at 645. If you have any further questions on the caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thanks again. Bye bye.